Hi, I'm Mrs. C, and today we're going to be talking about shapes. We're going to be learning about acute triangles. An acute triangle is just like any other triangle. It has three sides and three angles, but it's special because its three angles are all smaller than 90 degrees. Let's take a look at this triangle. This is a right triangle, and we know it's a right triangle because, as you can see with that box in the corner, that angle is 90 degrees. A triangle with an angle that is 90 degrees is a right triangle. Here's another triangle. Let's put that same box in the corner. That corner, or that angle, is smaller than 90 degrees. Let's check the next angle. That angle is also smaller than 90 degrees. And our third angle is smaller than 90 degrees. This triangle has three sides, three angles, and all three angles are smaller than 90 degrees. So we know that this triangle is an acute triangle. Let's look at a couple more examples. Here we have our right triangle again. That angle is not smaller than 90 degrees, so that triangle is not an acute triangle. Here we have another triangle. We're going to put our right angle box in the corner there, and you can see that there's more space, so we know that that angle is larger than 90 degrees, and it is an obtuse angle, and therefore this triangle is an obtuse triangle and not an acute triangle. Here's another example. We can tell that that first angle there is smaller than 90 degrees, and our next angle is smaller than 90 degrees, and the third angle is smaller than 90 degrees, so we know that this triangle is an acute triangle. Here's another example. That angle is smaller than 90 degrees, and our second angle is smaller than 90 degrees, and our third angle is just barely smaller, but it is smaller than 90 degrees, and so this triangle is also an acute triangle. And here's our last example. In our first angle, that angle is smaller than 90 degrees, and our second angle is smaller than 90 degrees, and our third angle is smaller than 90 degrees. So this triangle is also an acute triangle. The important thing to remember about acute triangles is that they have three sides and three angles, and all three angles are smaller than 90 degrees. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.